Oh my gosh, if it isn't Daddy O'Brien here. Yeah, what's up guys? Avi's back. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's talk a little bit about gold. I'm not trying to waste you guys' time, so let's get right into it. So I did take a sell and then I took a buy. And before that, I took a sell freaking over here. So I took this sell, I believe, did I? Yes, it is 100%, no question about it. I have screenshot proof, you know what I mean? Don't test me with that stuff. I took a sell, I took a buy, which I can't, there's really no reason for me to, you know what I mean? And then I took a sell from up here, which I'll talk about today. And then, you know what, let's just go over some of the sells and then we'll go over the buys. If I have time in this video, I'll cover this buy over here that I just did. And a lot of people, bro, you know what I mean, have been sending me messages of these screenshots that, yo, you know, I learned from your YouTube and stuff like that. And they freaking took my buy as well, using SMC. And I don't even use SMC. See what I mean by the method doesn't matter? It's all about what is most comfortable to you. You know what I mean? Like, so seeing that you guys are actually getting fond of this method and you're understanding it, man, I'm super happy because you guys are actually making the same entries with the same freaking like exact entry point as me, and I couldn't be further from like, sorry, my bad. I'm super happy. Basically, I'm super gassed. It makes me feel really good, and you guys should feel incredibly good about yourselves as well and proud of yourselves. But all right, enough of the chit chat. Let's get into this right here. So what exactly has happened, right? As we said like countless of times, there's this daily zone still. It hasn't broken. Okay, if you guys are just about, oh, you know, there's equal highs above, I'm not gonna buy or sell because I'm not too sure because there's low resistance liquidity down here, so I'm not sure if I could buy, I'm not sure if I could sell, then you're gonna wait for this entire move to happen. Meanwhile, I've taken like what, like 300 pips just this, no, not three, okay, about 250 pips, I think, at least on one of my accounts, definitely 200 because I stopped trading on that account at 200, from the markets already in just the span of almost a week now it's coming to. So when you understand how to optimize your trading, I'm not saying trade every day. I'm not saying trade every single thing you see. I'm saying if you can get some money out of a setup, why are you hesitating? Is it because you don't have enough knowledge, not enough confidence, not enough money in your trading account? Whatever it may be, I want you guys to find out the issue and then tackle it. Anyway, let's come back to this. So we have ourselves our daily over here, okay? And again, don't be worried about any equal highs or whatever. Now, on AKFX, I did mention that in here, I'm going to be holding, I had buys from down here, and I also have another buy at the bottom here on the completely different accounts, the swing account, that holding this one for 700 pips and these guys over like 300, 400 pips. And I said that I'm going to hold these guys until I see some kind of change, you know what I mean, in structure over here. And I wanted to look for it on the daily and the H4. However, as I said, I always am flexible and I always preach being flexible. Now, if you observe in here on the daily in itself, can you guys observe that we have this? All right. I'm just going to use one color. I can't be asked. We have ourselves a stop hunt. We have ourselves a break. And the first bit of liquidity which caused me to actually short right here. Okay, I just said I'm not going to change. Okay. The first bit of liquidity that caused me to short over here was this liquidity. See this? This high right here being taken. Now, after that, you know, for here, I got my first sell. Second sell here completely stopped out. I even showed you guys that in the previous video that I got stopped out over there. And after that, we took this liquidity. You see, we took that liquidity. And so once that happened, I knew that this whole area here would be an area of interest. All right, this again, I'm speaking from an SMC standpoint, since that is what you guys know. All right, that becomes my area of interest. So in there, I can look for, again, I said daily in H4, but again, I'm always flexible with the markets. So what did I see? Well, what you could have seen from an SMC standpoint was a H1. Perfect inducement, everything just French kiss. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at this real quick and talk about it. Just real quick, there isn't much to talk about. It's a bearish QM with an inducement of equal highs, I believe it was. Yes, it's an inducement of equal highs. So basically what price did was a little something like this. Failure to create a lower low. Boom. And then we freaking went up to my entry here, right? Okay, so we've already identified our strong high, all right, our weak low. Doesn't mean the weak low has to be taken, right? But we've identified our targets. We've identified what makes sense. Now, again, for safe targets, for example, let's say over here, that looks like a penis, my bad. But over here, there's like something like this, okay? Maybe, I don't know. There's something like this. Your safe target, right, is going to be once you sell, right? You're selling from the top here. come down, you can take this as your safe target. That's what I mean by, you know what I mean, just a little bit of revision of the safe targets bit. But anyway, over here, what happened was we sold, and then of course I liquidated my positions right here. Okay, that's done. Super simple. Over here, that's all it is. All right, strong high where I'm circling, weak low where I'm circling, equal highs, these are the inducements. All right, real simple right there. Okay, this is your strong high. So what you could have done is over here, looked for some kind of lower time frame confirmation. In fact, we can go and back test that in a second. I didn't, but yes, that's what you could have done. Again, you don't have to ever look for lower time frame confirmation if you're comfortable with the RR that you're getting from this trade. Okay, so let's take a look at this then. If there was anything at all on the lower time frame that was interesting to us, give me a second. Let's mark that out. So again, this is a little bit of back testing with you guys, because why not back test with you guys? Okay, right here. So look, if you wanted to go lower time frame, you could have. See, these are the equal highs we were talking about. See this? These are the equal highs we're talking about. H1 strong high, H1 weak low. These were the equal highs we're talking about. If you're gonna sell, you should be selling from above here. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if I were selling based on SMC, I'll be taking it above there. So when we look at this, we have our equal highs, right? In the green, if you guys can't see the green too well, I'm changing it right now to black. Okay, those are the equal highs. Our strong high, and your sell comes in from above. And then your weak low. So you're taking this sell. Now, what if you wanted to wait for a confirmation? Easy, simple. Take a look at this. This entire thing, I'm marking out in red right now. Guess what it is? An M5, mind you guys. It's an M5, see this? M5. All right, let's take a look at what happened. We had and a whoosh down here. Then a little something like that, and a whoosh. And here, see this? That is this. Do you guys see it? So if I were to mark it out for you guys, real easy, real quick for you guys, you can see we have that in green. If you guys can't see it, I'm sorry, I'm not changing my color this time. And then we have that as our liquidity. And then in blue, we have our actual entry right there, and our take profit, of course, right here. Okay, so take a moment to look at that. If you want, pause the video. And so that would have been your sell trade. Okay, now again, I can't go over the buy because I didn't use SMC at all for that. I mean, I don't use SMC for any of these, but honestly, I can't really explain the buy using SMC over here because no one that I know that uses SMC took this buy. Maybe like one person, I don't know, but I can't even remember. But yeah, that's that. So that was the buy came in later. But again, we had ourselves our beautiful. How many pips was this? Give me a sec. Let's go over here. Right, and then we had price just unfold over 100 pips here. Yeah, 103 pips. And that's cool. That's good and well. And then your stop loss, if you want to will be up here. If you wanted to have your lower time frame entry, let's take a look at the RR of your lower time frame entry real quick. Guys, I haven't come up with a back testing video per se, but this is something like it, and you're gonna have to do with it for now, just for now. You would have a 30 pip stop loss. I know it says 25, but 30 pip stop loss, let's just say including the spreads. And you would have had a 1 to 3.5 RR profit, 3.5 RR trade, and that's good. If you're cool with that, you're cool with that, you know what I mean? And yeah, so another sell that I did take was this guy. Look, was this guy. Now, a lot of you guys may be wondering, let me just delete this pink box for a second. A lot of you guys may be wondering, wait a second, Avi, isn't this an FU candle as calls it? Right, and to that I say, well, isn't this a Wally block? No, okay, I'm kidding. All right, but isn't this an FU candle? We have our BMS, am I right? Why can't we take shorts from here? And the answer to your question is, you absolutely can, right? But the reason why I never even considered shorts in here, and you know, if you're fluent in SMC, let's say I went back to SMC, I still wouldn't have looked for shorts there, and let me explain to you why. Every single time a massive movement, a break of structure happens on one time frame, it's always, I would suggest, not advise, I would suggest you go to a time frame or two higher and check what kind of structure there is. Because when you observe this, okay, we have our break, right? Look, candle broke. You guys would say, oh, it's non-impulsive. Bullshit. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. There's still a break, meaning there's still a break, okay? So we had this break to the downside. It's a H1 strong high here that price can come back and you can sell from it, right? But why didn't it last is simply because if we observe the H4, there we go. This high here, which I sold from, failed to create a lower low. Now that's sus as all hell. Sussy baka. Mufasa. You know, that's nothing to do with each other, but you get the point. All right, we failed to create a lower low. All right, that is sus. Okay, so when we fail to create this lower low, okay, just a little bit of SMC that I can think of right now. When we fail to create this lower low, no, I'm not. Yeah, okay. Let's get back to this. My bad. I'm doing this all live right now. I never pre-planned or thought about this shit. But all right. So when we failed to create this lower low on the H4, I knew what? What's my strong high? Go back to your freaking strong high. This is my strong high, okay? This is my new weak low. And on the H4 time frame, because multi-time frame lives matter, or on the H4 time frame, this guy is a weak high. Meaning, if I'm going to look for a sell, you can bet your ass I'm going to look for a sell above this high whilst still understanding, right, that this is my H1 strong high. All right, so does my H1 strong high or bearish QM for simple terms have an inducement to it, making it higher probability? Yeah, it does, because this is our H4 weak high, right? And that's our inducement. That's inducement enough. So when price heads up above, two things you can do is very, very simple. First thing you could do is have a limit. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, but one thing I can suggest you do is have yourself a first entry right here with a stop above, targeting this low right here. Or maybe you don't believe that price is going to come all the way down here. All right, take yourself a safe target. I'll show you guys a safe target in a second. But before that, let's observe what happened on the lower time frame. Perhaps we didn't get ourselves any kind of RTO or anything. I don't know. Let's go and find out. All right. So when we observe this, we do not have any kind of an, you know what I mean? When I say RTO, you get what I'm trying to say, right? I'm talking about, we have our manipulation here. We have our break of significant structure, but then price just comes and then just goes, and it doesn't give you an entry. And yeah, it's sad, but shit happens like this all the damn time. Okay, so yeah, that's sad, but what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm trying to say? So, all right, let's say you took the first option, like you took over here, you sold above these equal highs and you got this sell. You now sell above this H4 weak high into H1 bearish QM right here. Yeah, it's not a wick entry, but you got yourself your entry. What are your targets going to be? Well, your nice target, your nice target is going to be here. Why is this going to be a nice target? Well, it is, number one, the weak low of this H1 strong high. Am I right? Yes, it is. It's a weak low to the H1 strong high, right? Okay. Number two, it is also in a H4 support become resistance, or excuse me, resistance becomes support, making it a flip zone, meaning a lot of support and resistance traders will want to be buying in here. Psst, psst. I did that, and that's perfectly fine. I was up over 100 pips, I believe that was, but you get the point, right? This would be a nice target. It makes sense for it to be a target, okay? Now, what about your safe targets? What about like today? It didn't reach all the way down into this liquidity, so you need yourself your safe targets. It's always good to have your safe target. Well, let's take a look at market structure and liquidity from the buy side of things. Because when you understand the liquidity, especially from the buy side of things, you understand that if you're gonna buy, you're gonna buy below that liquidity. Let me give you guys an example. So for example, you have this, okay, as your sell. All right, now you got here, right, strong high. And now let's say price has done something like this. My bad. Oh, shit in a brick. Give me a second. All right, price has done something like, I'm trying to draw it exactly like here and I'm having a hard time. Just be kind, okay? And price has done something like that, and then down, and then up, and then go up like this, and then boom. Pay attention real quick. Okay? So you took your sell over here. All right, took your liquidity. Price comes back, you're selling over here. Your safe target is gonna be the liquidity inducement to your buys. So what's your bullish QM? Your bullish QM is here. Liquidity taken, structure broken, and then your inducements. Right? So as you can see over here, we did actually have our reaction. Sure, we had our reaction. Okay? And then we continued down into our main area, which was this area right here. If you go to the lower time frame, I think it was the M30 or the M15 or the M5. Go ahead and check that out for me, guys. I'm not too sure. But over here, we had our other POI. Again, yes, of course, price could just fly from here. Sure it can, right? If we just took this liquidity, right, price has done that, okay? It could just take this liquidity down here. Let me show you guys real quick. It could just take this liquidity down here, and fly. Sure, but it didn't do that. Deal with it, okay? So when you're selling from up in here, these guys could be your first targets. This could be your safe target, right? Perhaps you're selling over here. You wait. Once price takes this, you wait for like a lower time frame. If there's no lower time frame, maybe you're holding it. Price comes in here, okay, then you definitely take your profits, right? And then you're waiting for that wick over here, right? The wick over here to be taken, but in this case, it doesn't get taken. So you already took your safe profits down in here. Okay, so that's how you understand, especially guys. I'm not, again, advising you. I'm telling you based off of my experience with smart money concepts. Especially when price is in a range, man, don't waste your time. Don't think price is going to 100% fly up to here because we have a H1 strong low, break a structure inducement. Don't on the same hand think, oh, we have a H1 strong high, weak low, support and resistance. Price 100% today, 10 o'clock. New York reversal time, price is going to freaking come in here and take this liquidity. It could, but you can't say that when you're in a ranging market because look at how many moves price made it seem that, oh, we're going down, boys. We're going to freaking crash just to reverse back up and make you think, oh, all right, price probably going to fly now just to reverse back down. When you're in a range is where I personally make a lot of quick money. I never said a lot of money because I'm taking smaller lot sizes. I am taking profits quicker, but I make quick money in and out, right? And very fluently because when you're in a range, price fiends and feeds off of liquidity a lot, right? So you can see that from here. You know what I mean? You can see that from here. We if you want me to spell it out for you, I can. But again, I'm only going to use one color because I genuinely can't be asked right now. Took the liquidity, induced. Enter right here. You know what I mean? Here, failure to create a lower low, this high is being induced, sell from here. Here we take the liquidity, we buy, right? Over here, look at this. Let me erase this for a second. Over here, look, if you bought from here, right? Based off of this strong low and the break of structure here, you would have bought perhaps over here because of the liquidity, M1 or M5 confirmation, or maybe you just bought like that, right? Look, failure to create a higher high, we come and attack the entire liquidity, right? All back into here again. It just plays off of liquidity over and over and over again until news comes back to sponsor it, to add, to steroid it up, if you will. So anyway, guys, that's been it for me. I hope you guys understand the SMC standpoint behind my sell here, behind my sell here. Well, a lot of you guys definitely do, right? Because I'm literally receiving screenshots of you guys passing, new people coming up with freaking FTMO passings, right? And real live FTMO passings, the challenge thingy, not just the trial. And then you guys are sending me screenshots, which is looking like a literal mirror image of my own entries, which I'm not even using as SMC, but you guys are getting the same entries as me, which is so stoked for me. Like, you have no idea how happy I am, guys. Legit, to see this kind of result. Number one, it shows me you guys are supporting me. Number two, it shows that I'm doing something for the community. And number three, I'm just so happy that you guys are finally getting a breath of fresh air of transparency and a concept that actually makes sense and works very, very consistently, right? And besides that, man, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's Friday tomorrow, NFP. Trade it if you want, trade it if you don't. Don't trade it if you don't want to. But let's see what we have in store for NFP, man. All right, let's see what we have in store for NFP. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, man. Peace out.